Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I don't know when you're watching this or how you're going to watch it, but it is Saturday, just in case you did forget which day it was. It is Saturday, and it's a kind of an overcast Saturday, but it's a good Saturday to be outside. So I thought I would come back here on the back porch and give you a short video today. I want to remind everybody that tomorrow is Sunday, since today is Saturday, and New Hope will be streaming services 8 o'clock, 9:30, and 11 o'clock. Just go to the website or Facebook. You can catch those services. Get your family together, worship like you would go to church normally, and just get into it. Make the best of it, and we will supply the spiritual nourishment that you possibly need right now. So join us tomorrow as we do the services online from New Hope, and also if you want to check out what I have to say with Passion Student Ministries, I will be providing that video for you tomorrow via our YouTube channel, which you are on right now. I haven't really gotten down the Zoom thing yet. I plan to totally be a bona fide genius tomorrow by uh, or at least Monday, so I can give you the magic of Zoom, so we can connect better and do things a little more interactive. I know that Emma's been asking me, hey, can I do some games, interactive games on Zoom to kind of make connection with people? I'm like, yes, absolutely. So that is coming your way. Emmy and I were talking about doing Caffeine and Christ via Zoom more than twice a month, but as much as we need it, as much as we're calling for it, we're going to make that happen. We are going to make that happen. I'm still working out the kinks as a lay person who doesn't really know too much about Zoom. Obviously, if you caught our great conversation that we had with Emmy yesterday, you will know that by the video itself, I really don't know what I'm doing. But it was a great conversation nonetheless, and you should check it out. It's from yesterday on our YouTube channel, getting the perspective of a 2020 graduating senior, and having some conversation with one of our PSM leaders. She was just she was very forthright with what was going on in her life, and I think we can learn a lot from it. So Zoom, it's not that hard. It's actually pretty simple to get into it, but to know what you're actually finagling with, and it's more on the admin side. And we're going to be getting with your small group leaders too, to invite them to and encourage them to do this, so we can connect with the small groups. It's really cool. Like I said, from the admin side though, there's some areas that I have to get a little more professional on, and try and discover, and anyways, Zoom, look for it. And what we'll do is we'll send out links to join meetings, and we'll send out links to get involved into messages and stuff like that, and interaction. It's all coming. It's all coming in a matter of days, so stay tuned for that. you know um, I got 14 hours of sleep last night, and I am a dynamo today. I got to tell you, I didn't know I needed it. I didn't know my body was just thirsty for sleep, but it was. And I woke up today, and I am awesome. I'm feeling awesome. And I think one of the reasons why is because last night, when I was feeling pretty exhausted and just about ready to collapse, I handed it over to God. And I do that normally when I go to sleep, because that's one of my practices in trying to get a better night's rest. Is I take my anxiety from the day, I take my just sort of fears and things that I'm having problems dealing with, that I know will keep me up, because I've struggled all my life with sleep. And I give them to God. I really do. I say, there is not another thing I can do today to make it better. And there's nothing that I can do in the 8 or 9 hours that have been provided for me, that have been blessed to me, that have been given to me to rest my body. So I will give it to God. I will put it in His hands, and I will say, Dear God, please take this from me. There's nothing else I can do about it. Grant me the rest that my body needs, that my mind needs, that my heart needs, and give me another day. Today I woke up, I feel rejuvenated, I feel refreshed, and I feel completely blessed to be alive today, regardless of the situation, regardless of what we're going through. This is the day that the Lord has made. Rejoice and be glad in it. Like how I kind of stuck in a little pseudo verse and as well as a pseudo sort of exclamation for the day. Okay, anyways, I am beside myself with a side of motivation to do things to get you connected, to get you involved, regardless of our status as quarantine, regardless of our status as being held up into our own sort of sphere and bubble so we don't get invaded by anything that we will find unhealthy to us. So I want you to please try and give it a go. Give it what you got to be connected with your small groups, with me, with anybody in Passion Student Ministries who can maybe talk you through some things or give you some advice for some things or give you some suggestions for some things, you know, and we are open to all that as well because life keeps on turning regardless of the bubbles that we're staying in. So we need to feed off of each other. We cannot be stagnant. We cannot be just isolated so much that we can't progress as human beings and followers of Jesus. So think about that. Kind of put that in your mind today. Let it spin around for a little bit. Also, we will have Passion Student Ministry. I will be sending out a link to our YouTube account tomorrow so you can catch the message I have to give. And it's something that I feel like it's been spinning around some people's minds lately. And you know what? It's about forgiveness, right? Because when we sit in a sediment sort of situation, we begin to think about things that are going on in our lives. We begin to think about things that were happening before we got into this and all the things that have been put on hold. And I know a lot of people have been sitting there with situations that were unresolved or maybe have brought some guilt into you or maybe have brought some just regret into you. And you're sitting there with nothing you can do about it. Well, guess what? There is something you can do about it. And regardless of the situation, like I said, forgiveness should be on everybody's minds all the time. It's something we have to work with. It's something we have to work for. It's hard to do. It's frustrating to do. And it just takes our big monumentous pride and it breaks it down. But we got to do it. We have to chisel that pride down and humble it, just like we have been humbled in the situation that we're in. So, look for that tomorrow morning. I will be sending it out. You can watch it at your leisure, or you can get with your small groups and say, hey, look, let's do something to interact with this. Let's all watch it and then get together and do some FaceTime, or let's get on Zoom and talk about it. But it is well worth your time to listen to what I have to say about that. And finally, you know what? Today is awesome. Today is great. Go out and do something. Even if you have to just go into your backyard and play with your dogs like I'm doing today, or maybe, you know, take some stress off your parents and say, you know what? I'll go out and cut the hedges. I'll go out and trim the bushes. I'll go out and cut the lawn. I'll rake the leaves, whatever it is. Just get outside, breathe the fresh air. Regardless of what everybody is saying, the air still is good, especially in your own backyard. Because number one, if you have people in your backyard, you should maybe ask who they are or call the proper authorities. But that air is fresh and it's there for you today. And it's a day that God has made and you should be glad and rejoice in it. Be smart, be safe, be of God. Have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday.